when you make the step from college to university, basically you become an adult and you're respected as an adult.
At uni, you've got different seminars at different lengths of time, some are 3 hours, some are longer, and you do different topics in different areas, and there's a lot more flexibility.
I found A-levels personally really tough in comparison. I'd say that the step up from GCSEs was a lot harder and a lot more shocking than to go from A-levels to degree.
You're an expert for the first time in a subject as opposed to learning something because you have to pick 3 choices into what you want to specialise in, but at this point you are an expert and you're treated like one.
At uni level, up from A-level, you've specified exactly what you want to do, and you're taking that to a further, more in-depth level and learning more about it and doing a lot more practical things with it.
When you go for lectures, well, it gives you like the whole overview and everything, but with seminar it breaks it down, and that's the chance for you to ask questions.
The good thing about lectures is your level of concentration is entirely self-dictated, so if you don't want to pay attention, that's your decision, but if you do, you can.
I've found with my course the lectures are more informative.
Because if you don't go for lectures, you might be in seminar and you're feeling totally lost.
I do prefer the seminars because it's not just one way of learning, you get a chance to feedback and discuss with people, and you get a chance to look at other people's work and comment on it, criticise, give them some feedback, and that feedback yourself is really helpful.
Seminars I found a little bit too intense, to be honest. There were only about maybe 10 of us in a class, and it was a lot like an A-level classroom.
My course has guided me into a career path, because I've tried out a lot of different areas in my particular field, and I've focused in on what I want to do, so it was a big help in choosing a career.
Yeah, we have Student Advantage module, which involves an extraneous skill, and I found them very poorly organised. The students don't have very much enthusiasm for them.
The workload in first year is a lot more than it was at school. Whereas you were doing a lot of different subjects and a lot of work for each one. I think at uni, because you're studying it so intensely and you have to keep the pace, then there is a lot more work to do. Obviously between each year the workload's built up, and in my final year I've spent more time working than I have sleeping. But you do have to keep up, and you do have to put that time in, but if you love what you do like I do, then it's worth it.
Sometimes the deadlines can be strangely all put together in one go, which doesn't quite make a lot of sense sometimes, but I'm sure they've done it for a reason.
Well, if you don't meet your deadline, you will fail, so you're gonna have to meet it.
They give you module guides at the beginning of the year, so if you check the module guides and you work out when everything is due in, you can plan in advance.
If you can't meet the deadlines, there's opportunity, and you have a valid reason, there's an opportunity to get help for that.
University teaches you transferable skills, so most of the things you've learned you can apply in so many circles of life when you get into employment.
I think it's really important to have a degree, because when you go for a job, the fact that you can show you've put in the time and effort and commitment, and you are intelligent enough to get a degree, does show something about your character.
These days everyone has a degree now. It's become like the levels of employment. It's just something more difficult to get a job, so having a degree is almost a necessity. Even in the music industry, having a degree is almost like a backup plan for me now, and it adds a little bit of weight behind anything I do, the fact that I've done something academic and I haven't just done this on a whim.
I've spent 3 years doing what I want to do for the rest of my life and learning it, so I don't go into a job now not knowing anything about it. At least I've got a basic understanding.
I'd say don't get complacent in the first year. Start as you need to go on.
Make sure you know exactly what you want to do when you sign up to your degree. Make sure that is the route you want to go down, because there's a lot of people who drop out or who don't enjoy it as much. It's not what they thought they were expecting, so make sure you know exactly the criteria and you want to do that, because you're going to be doing that for 3 years a lot.
Go to your lectures, manage your time, have fun, but set the time aside where you need to do your assignments, and that's not the night before, that's not the time to do it.
Throw yourself in as much as you can, get involved in things, especially if you're doing journalism. Right from the onset of coming into university, find something useful to do, something that's related to your course, work experience.
Whatever you do, start straight away and learn what you need to learn and enjoy it at the same time. You need to have a social life. You need to meet friends and meet people. and then you need to knuckle down as the years go on and get your work done.